So hello to everybody and welcome to the UPF Biotech channel. I'm Kim, and today we are accompanied by Tomás Orjava, one of the members of the UPF iGEM 2020 team.
So it's nice to be here in the Biotech channel and nice to be with you.
Thanks for joining us in this interview. And although I'm also a member of the iGEM 2020 UPF team, I must congratulate the whole team for the amazing result that you have obtained.
So it's amazing, huh? With all of things. We didn't expect it, but it always worked out well during this summer. And it's nice to be awarded and that they have like grade our job in a good way. So it's really nice and we didn't expect that. So
Yeah, for me, and I think for the whole team, this prizes have been unexpected because we were laughing like, okay, we will not get anything out of it, maybe a gold medal, obviously, but come on, two prizes. I mean,
yeah, and even the best new bar, we did big prizes there.
it wasn't on the schedule for us.
Definitely.
So, wrapping up a little bit. So, what is iGEM for our viewers that don't know this competition?
So iGEM is a synthetic biology international competition based in Boston, and it starts like a really small groups of some enthusiasts of synthetic biology creating new stuff and living organisms that could create some basic function here, modify it. And up to now it has been growing a lot, and at the end is an undergraduate, overgraduate, or high school competition because it's like us the main ways about synthetic biology and projects that go along a year and end up presenting them in the January. This year virtually, disappointingly, but mostly in Boston, and yeah, they try to solve mostly local problems, but also global problems depending on the team, and it's really diverse projects.
Yeah, very diverse. We were onto periodism, but there were guys building stuff for like astronauts, a lot of environmental issues also. Yeah, there is a focus on local problems.
But it's not like there are no barriers in iGEMers. I don't know if you have one. Yeah, you have seen it probably, but there was a team like, for example, they recreate a battle with cells like between zombies and samurai. So it's really open to do whatever the students or
it's an opportunity for students to do whatever they want.
Exactly.
And present it in a big ceremony. In both this year, not it has been virtual, but it has also been great. I think. Example, we were on the poster sessions, and there you could meet a lot of people.
Yeah, we met a lot of cool people and talking about projects, and it's nice to see that people who have faced the same problems as you, probably, or relatively close to you. I don't know, for example, we met Portugal teams, Vichua from India, Brunner, some high school teams like in Shanghai, Rochester in the United States. It was nice to.
It was very nice.
Even though it wasn't in person, nice to talk with them through online meeting.
So now talking a little bit more about synthetic biology and iGEM, do you think that here they have a big impact and they are well known, like in the scientific community, but outside of it?
Difficult question. So, at least as far as I'm concerned, in the society is not really well known, at least from my environment. And of course, because
both iGEM and
of course, because they are related. Because it's like something really new, science, and of course, it's our work then to disseminate it, to raise consensusness and awareness, to erase fears. Because, of course, now related to the impact, nowadays like a big impact on society yet, but it will have it in some years from now because it has now like big impacts on science, and we have to make it. And regarding the scientific community, of course, scientific biology is really well known.
Definitely.
Definitely in scientific areas. And
Very broad.
Very broad.
So.
And I am here in Spain too, in Barcelona. And iGEM, I think here is known from some sectors of science, but we have to increase, of course,
the awareness.
So yes.
Well, I think also depending on what area are you studying, you know it or not.
Exactly.
But I think like here it's pretty well known. We have 3 teams in Barcelona. This year not, because we were the only ones in all Spain. 2 years ago also there were 3 teams in Valencia and one won the grand prize. So there are a lot of groups. So it's well known, I think, in the Asian community.
I think it's known, but it's not as known. Or in the synthetic biology community in Spain could be known,
Yes.
no? But it's not as known as, for example, other European countries like Germany,
Yeah,
France,
definitely.
or of course the United States or China. There are 70 teams from China or something like this.
Yes, for example, Germany. And this year we were the only team in Spain, but Germany 20 teams or so.
Yes.
So there's a big gap. And also, how would you raise the awareness of iGEM to the local community? So outside of science.
So I think that like any other scientific project, so you have to connect with people in order to make them interested in something. So for example, iGEM makes like huge impact on doing something local. As for example, us, we try to go
Tackle
to hypothyroidism,
hypothyroidism.
that is 10% of the Spaniards. So if you tackle something like this, it's a lot of probabilities that they are or they have this disease or they have someone in their acquaintances that has it, so they will really get interest. And iGEM as a competition, I think it has to be disseminated as a really powerful educational tool for young scientists, and that it will allow to create a scientific community here in Spain or Barcelona that will be as strong as it could be very potentially. So yeah, I think that in this way,
I think local problems are the way to get the society engaged in these things. And I think like for this year being very difficult because of COVID, I think we have made a great work of it.
Yeah, we contact, of course, if you want to tackle programs and really difficult problems, complex problems, you have to tackle different parts of society and, of course, patients, but also talk to Judith, as we made it, or thyroid associations, no? Like the ETA, the European one, or the Spanish. I think it's really important to involve like all the structures that are related to it.
And it is well praised in iGEM to do this work. Human practices is a big part of your project, or it should be a big part of your project, and get the public engaged. So for the people that may be interested in joining iGEM, how did you enroll on the UPF personal team? And like, how did you knew iGEM existed?
So I first get in contact with iGEM back in the first year of the degree, when the previous team, like the 2018 team, the Arantua, they did like a lot of divulgative talks, and I went to one of it here at the PRBB, and I get really interested in synthetic biology and the way that creating a project of like from new and whatever the team wants. So, and then when there was the possibility of creating a team this year, I enrolled in the course, and well, we enrolled,
Yeah.
and we passed like the
It
like
was
some
an
interviews
Yeah.
and like a motivational letter, and
Yeah.
we passed it, and we are
Here
here,
we are.
so we passed.
So before explaining our project, how were the first months of iGEM? How did the team select the project that you will be working on?
So the first months of iGEM were a little bit strange because in the confinement situation we even didn't meet in person,
Yeah.
and it was like strange, like the team, like the formation of the team, like online. But we managed it well, I think, and we well, the selection of the project was difficult because we did like
Very large.
very
Like,
large
in time.
temporal scale.
2 months, I think.
Yeah, we did like a lot of brainstorming and like searching the difficult parts, like the adverse things we can face during a project. And we select this one because we thought that as our background as biomedical engineers, we could tackle a problem from a really complex problem, in like really different points.
angles.
Exactly. And of course, difficult problems have to be tackled with different angles. And of course, because some of us had acquaintances or familiars that related to this disease, so we want like to give a solution for them. So
And also engage with the community. But we have said if you have a local problem, it will be easier to engage with the community, and also local problems are highly praised by iGEM.
exactly, but I don't think we choose the project due to
Yeah, that definitely.
it was local, so it was for something that some of us knew from our environment, and it was like a cool project that we can tackle us with our background.
So, could you do as a little summary of the project, Hormone?
So hormone is an artificial closed loop that aims to reestablish the thyroid feedback loop when it's disrupted due to hypothyroidism, and is made due to a PID controller, external PID controller, coupled to an intake-mediated T3 biosensor. So
Yeah,
it's like a little summary.
it's an artificial thyroid. Like in hypothyroidism, the levels of thyroid hormones lower than should be normal. And with this, we do the sensing, and we see, okay, the levels of thyroid are lower than it should be, so we have to inject more, and so on.
Exactly.
It's an artificial thyroid.
It's like a big. Like,
Yeah, we should sell it that way. That was a mistake for us. So for you, what is the best and worst moment of iGEM? Like more general way, but also like more personal. So your worst and best moment.
I don't really know if I have a worst moment in fighting, because now
It's really
in
difficult.
perspective, I remember like all the things we passed, like in a good way. For example, I don't know, being here and I was like on Sundays, but I remember like really nice. So, because we
With
work
everything
a lot.
not working, also.
Yes, but and best part moment of iGEM, if now I have to choose two that come to my mind, there are two moments that I think that were really amazing. Like the first one, it could be obvious, but the first time we get into the lab, because it was like really difficult to get into the lab due to COVID-19 pandemic, and when they give us our own lab, it was empty, but it was like
It was our lab.
but it was our lab, and for me at least it was like really exciting, and because it was the first time like, okay, so we started working on it, so we didn't start working. And the second moment when we the cloning, one of our clones worked for the first time, it was like we were like trying.
That was a really good
moment. 1 month and a half, and it didn't work, and it finally worked. And I remember like going up and down and telling to the teammates like, it's good, and we went like to celebrate it to a bar here, and like have like really nice memories of it.
Yeah, that definitely is a really nice moment.
And your wants? Because I'm only talking about you, of course, have a personal point of view.
I mean,
Interesting to know.
beginning with the worst, I think like, for example, in June when we were not in the peer review and we didn't know if we would enter to the lab, and we were like, okay, we have to enter to the lab, but it is difficult. I think it was like a really bad part of the project, and maybe also not worth, but very stressful. I think it was the wiki freeze because we were until 6 of the morning.
6 a.m.
It was really nice because I was in the computer and my father woke up and he was, oh, so you already woke up, and I have not been to the bed yet. I'm going now.
But you don't remember it nice, no? I remember like the wiki freeze, like,
Yeah,
of course
it was
we were
nice.
like the 10 of us there working hard at the end.
Yeah, but for me, I mean, I was team wiki. For me, it was like a little bit stressful.
I remember like that.
But there are like a lot of good moments.
Really stressful, but
Yeah, stressful but nice. But yeah, but I was saying like there are a lot of good moments. I think in iGEM, for example, the jamboree is one of them. Like with Tomas and also El, we did like a Minecraft event, and I think it was really nice. It's completely separated from iGEM. It's in the jamboree.
we met a few people there. So.
Yeah, I'm very interesting. I think like we were 15 people playing, and it was very nice because you get to meet the other people.
Community.
Yeah, and I think that is one of the best parts of it.
And now I came to my mind like when we did like a podcast sessions that you can see at Charlas in Silico on the YouTube channel. And the previous moments and afterwards the program and preparing it was like really fun for me, honest. Like there in Discord.
Yeah. So, do you want to tell something to the future iGEMers, like also give some advice to them?
So I could give them a lot of advices because I have been past like this year through it. But the most important part, and some of iGEMers forget when doing iGEM, is that they have to have a fun time doing iGEM. iGEM is probably the only opportunity, or one of the only opportunities they will have to do whatever they want to do without being any restricted or anyone expecting to have some results. So, and of course, you're starting as a scientist, so my main advice for them is to have like to enjoy what they are doing, to choose a project
That
whatever
they like.
whatever they want to do, and because they will have to work a lot. For example, like because they will have to work a lot on it, and
During a whole year.
yes, and
So you better like it.
yeah, but it's like you will learn a lot of stuff, like, and not only regarding to laboratory stuff, because as every scientific project, you have to manage money, you have to bureaucracy stuff, like communicate your work, the wiki part, that's like communication a little bit. And so my main advice is like to enjoy it. Like I don't know, like always take in mind that it's like you have to have fun doing it because
It's a competition of students, so you have to have fun. If you're not having fun, then
but of course it's scientific and you have to be rigorous, but as it's really free and you can do whatever you want, I think it's like a really nice opportunity for young scientists because they will give them money to do whatever they want. So like try, experience, and have fun.
yeah. So with that, I want to thank you, Thomas, for being here in the UPF channel. I have enjoyed a lot talking with you today.
It's always a pleasure to be with you and be here in the UPF Biotech channel.
Well, that's all for today's video. We remind you to follow on the social media, which will appear in the outro, but also on the description of the video. And finally, we hope that you have enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one. So stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.